What is up, guys, and welcome to another video. And it has definitely been a long time since I've actually been able to sit down and make a video. I believe the last video I made for you guys was back in July of 2021. So it was 90 degrees outside when I made that video, and obviously it's a completely different situation now. There's snow behind me. It is snowing in Lynchburg, Virginia, so it's a completely different season. We are now in winter. So the channel basically went from summer to winter really quick. But I finally had a chance to make a video for you guys, and a lot has happened. There's been a lot of reasons why I haven't been making videos. Some of you guys may know I did get married in 2021. I still have a job. That's how I pay the bills. That's how I keep the car. And my car was actually rear-ended, and that's probably one of the reasons why some of you guys clicked on the video, was to see, what was going on with the car. You may have seen it on my Instagram pop up here and there. But my car was actually rear-ended. I believe going into the end of July, maybe the beginning of August, the car was rear-ended. And I was actually able to take a video as soon as the accident happened, just to, show my reaction. And I was going to try to explain it in that video, but looking back, the video really wasn't the best. I will go ahead and play it real quick. But I'll probably do some better explaining as soon as that video's done. So go ahead and take a look at this real quick. Oh my gosh. All right, well, sitting on the side of the road. You always see these YouTubers make videos they don't want to make, or whatever the title is. This is the first time of me ever being in an accident. This is small. I have yet to see the damage on the outside of the car. I got rear-ended. I would love, it's hard for me to talk right now. I'm not upset that I got hit. I'm upset the way I got hit, because the fact I saw it happening. I saw this coming. I've always hated this exit. I'm waiting on the cops right now. I've always hated this exit. I've always seen, people just doing this the wrong way. I stop, I pull up and yield. I'll show you guys better B-roll of this, probably explain this in a better way. But I pull up and I yield, and the guy behind me in his work Ford Transit just was not paying attention. And what was most upsetting about this, in a weird way, I've used my exhaust before to try to get people's attention. He's behind me, so honking my horn isn't gonna make any sense, or really isn't gonna do anything for me. So I revved my car really quick to try to get his attention. Probably a second later, he hits the gas, and not even a second later, half a second later. I really wish I had dash cams to get this stuff. I suggest getting a dash cam to everyone. I'm sure I will after this, just for insurance purposes. This is 100% his fault. There's no way. I don't see how this could be my fault. I'm just pissed. I always say accidents typically happen because stupid people do stupid things. I get it's an accident, but I saw the guy not paying attention. That's what's most frustrating about this, is I saw him not paying attention. So as you guys just saw that video, that was kind of my initial reactions. I've really never been in an accident before, so there was a lot of things running through my mind. I was trying to process exactly what just happened. Did I just really witness this guy not pay attention and running into me? And I'll go ahead and try to give you guys a better explanation of what happened, because I know in that video I didn't give the best explanation, because like I said, there was a lot of thoughts just running through my head. And first accident, so I was just trying to figure it all out. I was also just got done actually on the phone with the police, who ended up taking an hour to come because there was other issues going on in Lynchburg, and I believe they're also short-staffed. So I sat on the side of the road waiting for them. But the accident actually occurred because a couple of reasons. One, so in Lynchburg, Virginia, and I don't know if this happens in any other states, but the on-ramps here, particularly in the city area, are really short. So, normal on-ramps, you use them to pick up speed. For some reason here, they have stop signs and they have yield. So you don't really use the on-ramp to pick up speed. If anything, you'll get to the end of the on-ramp, you'll sit there, and then you have about maybe, I would say 20 feet to get your car from 0 to 55 to sometimes 65 or 70, whatever the speed limit may be. And this is one of those on-ramps that I never really liked. It's always been my least favorite in this area. There's a lot of people that's been in a similar situation to me. And essentially this on-ramp in particular, there's a stop sign and then there's a yield. And in this situation, the guy didn't actually even use the stop sign method. He didn't follow the traffic pattern there at all. So obviously you're supposed to stop and then you're supposed to yield. I proceeded to do that. So as I was yielding, somewhere in there, I guess he thought I had pulled off after I left the stop sign and I had just took off on the highway. I did not do that. I was still in the process of yielding. And as I was yielding and I saw this traffic coming, I look in my rearview mirror and I see him in his Ford Transit. He's turned all the way around. I knew he did not see me. Keep in mind, all this happened in about 5 seconds, maybe 3 seconds. It was just a really short amount of time. And all in my mind I can think of is, I think this guy's about to hit me. I don't think he sees me. So I tried revving my engine real quick. I know that may sound weird to some of you guys, but with my Mustang, the S-types are kind of loud, so I kind of tried revving my engine, let them know, hey, there's a car in front of you. I even honked my horn a little bit, and with all in that 3-second time frame, he ran right into the back left rear end of the car. And the damage initially didn't look too bad to me, so the cops ended up showing up. They went ahead and filed their police report. Like I said, I sat on the road for about an hour. Some people may wonder why I did that. I'm just the type of person, I wanted that police report because I know some people, especially when insurance starts getting involved, they start changing exactly their story, so then insurance ends up going back and forth. And I just didn't want to go through that whole process, so that's why I waited an hour for the police to get there. But like I said, I didn't think the damage was initially that bad. Then we ended up going to the body shop. So they did end up replacing the entire back rear bumper. And this is what surprised me. They also ended up basically replacing the back left fender of the car, which basically reaches all the way up. If you own a Mustang like mine, these S550s, maybe even the S197s are built like this. So really, they ended up taking off the door. They ended up unsealing the windows. They had to do all this work just to really take off the left side of the car. Everything but the front left fender had to come off the vehicle, which I thought was kind of ridiculous. But the guy was explaining it to me, and I didn't really have to pay for any of it, so I wasn't really that concerned. His insurance, he ended up being completely at fault. So his insurance paid for it. I believe with all the labor and work and parts, the job ended up being around $3,200, somewhere in that ballpark range. But that left me without my car for about a month. As you guys know, in the United States, we're having this part shortage for just about everything, shipping shortage, on top of COVID and all this other stuff that's going on. So I was kind of dealing with that with my car. And during that time period, I also had a Nissan Altima as my rental car. And let me tell you, it definitely was not the Mustang. So that's basically the accident in a nutshell. Nothing too major on the car. Luckily, he didn't hit my exhaust, so there was no major work. I've seen some cars get totaled out from simple accidents happening, simple fender benders, or what you might think is a fender bender. Next thing you know, the whole car is totaled out. But moving on from the accident, you guys might be able to tell I did do a little thing to the car while I was away from YouTube for a little bit. Thanks to my wife, she actually purchased some tail light covers for me. This is one of those things I was going back and forth on for a little bit. I've always been a little wavery of tail light covers. I just never knew if I really wanted that look, the smoke look. But I will say, guys, these definitely 100% change the back end of the car for the better, especially since I have that rear black deck lid, so there's no pony, there's no emblem back there. Just the whole back end is black, and I really do want to finish it off with a diffuser, so maybe drop a link down below or drop a comment down below on a diffuser if you think I should get one. I've seen some on eBay, I've seen some more show up on American Muscle. And that's one thing I didn't get a chance to actually do during the accident. I tried to get it done. I know some people were able to almost come out of accidents with better aftermarket parts, but unfortunately his insurance did not allow that. So if you guys are wondering why I didn't do that then, now you know why. I tried. But I was able to go ahead and pick those smoke tail light covers up. I did not make a video on that just because American Muscle has a great video on that. They're pretty simple. It's pretty self-explanatory on how to install that. I didn't really even see the need to review it. The photos are self-explanatory, the B-roll self-explanatory, so it looks great to me. If you guys are thinking about it, I definitely suggest picking it up. And the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video was the topic of wheels and tires. If you guys have been following the channel for a long time now, you'll know that I've been talking about wheels and tires for a very long time. And there's a lot of reasons why I didn't really do that. I want to say the last time I was thinking about doing that was back in the year 2019. But to summarize why I didn't do that back then was really just priorities. I felt like my money should be doing different things back then. But now, since I have a full-time job, I have a little bit more money under myself, and I don't see myself really getting rid of this car for a minute. I do want to go ahead and put wheels and tires on it. My tires are starting to show the tread markers, so I know it's time for new tires. And I really want to freshen up this look and really, I guess, fall in love with this car. Not that I'm not in love with it still, because don't get me wrong, this V6 Mustang has brought me so much joy. But they always say, you know, if you refresh something like this or refresh your car, adding something to it, modifying it, you'll just keep falling in love with it. And that's what I want to do here. So I'm really thinking about getting bronze wheels or a dark gunmetal wheel, somewhere in that. I really didn't want to go with a black wheel, so I stumbled upon the dark gunmetal wheels. I've seen them in person. I think they look cool, as well as the bronze. I will say the bronze will probably be the SVE drift wheels off of late model restoration, I believe the website is. And then I'm not really sure about the dark gunmetal wheels. I've seen some options on American Muscle, so I'm still trying to decide that. So go ahead and drop a comment down below what you guys think would look best with this color. I've heard some people say that they don't think the bronze is right because they think it's more of a Subaru thing. At the same time, I really do think you don't see bronze that often. I don't really care if you're used to seeing bronze on Subaru or not. I think bronze just kind of sticks out. It's different. But I will say then that the dark gunmetal wheels, really that styling doesn't really ever get old. I might look at that 5 years down the line and still be in love with the dark gunmetal. The bronze, you know, I might want to get rid of in 2 years. So who knows? Time will tell. Maybe I'll just send it and get the bronze. I think the bronze is kind of my favorite, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Other than that, guys, that's all I really have for today's video. Hopefully the next video will be me showing you guys the new wheels and tire setup that I have in the car, because I do plan on doing that most likely before the end of February, maybe even early February, because these tires are not doing good, especially with the snow that we have coming down right now. But that's all I had for today's video, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.